Today, I want to talk about how I hacked my productivity to become the most efficient man on earth. I'll be dropping all the techniques I have implemented recently to get all my work done in time and even have like an extra 2-3 hours at night to spend doing whatever I want. The first thing I've done is not keeping my phone around. So you take your phone, you toss that shit, you leave it upstairs, you don't have it in the room because the number one distraction is always gonna be your phone. You get a notification, you look at it, boom, you're on social media, you're spending 10 minutes scrolling on Instagram, and then you come back to your desk, you're not focused because your dopamine levels just got spiked because of the phone. You literally already wasted 15, maybe 20 minutes of your workday because you got one notification on your phone. So toss it away, or you keep it like far away in your room, but make sure you have do not disturb on so you don't get notifications, and don't have it in arm's reach so you don't have the habit of just reaching to it whenever you get bored and need a dopamine boost. This is probably the most impactful thing I have done to boost my productivity, and I recommend all you guys do it as well. The second thing I have done is caffeine. So I was a big believer at the start that caffeine was ass and you shouldn't take it at all and it ruins your productivity. But there's different types of caffeine. There's like Mateen, which comes from yerba, which I got recommended to, so I'm gonna try that soon. I haven't tried it yet. The big switch for me was switching from normal caffeine, like coffee caffeine, to tea, as it's like a slower curve, so it doesn't spike and then you have that big down where you're just like super tired and you don't get anything done. Tea caffeine, it's like a slow bell curve, right? Instead of having the big spike and then down like coffee. So get off of coffee, get on some better caffeine, and you'll be way more productive because you'll have higher energy levels over the whole day, which will keep you more productive than if you didn't have caffeine. At the same time, you don't really need caffeine. This is just like my recommendation that I've seen work. Obviously, test it out. If everyone's different, some people caffeine works for them, some people caffeine doesn't work for them. Everyone's body reacts differently to different substances. So test what works for you and then leave it in the comment section if caffeine is the shit or if it's not the shit. The next thing is attaining my flow state. So a big thing I've been able to do to destroy my productivity goals is getting in the flow state. So the flow state is when you're so concentrated on a task, you don't pay attention to anything else. I first noticed getting the flow state when I was playing soccer is people in the crowd were always yelling like, Dalin, do that, Dalin, do that. I would not hear anything at all. All I could like concentrate on was what's happening on the field, and I could maybe hear my teammates. So how does the flow state from soccer and sports relate to business and productivity and work, you might be asking? Well, it is the same thing. When you're working and you get in the flow state and nothing matters but that task, you're literally just grinding constantly on a task. For example, I do some video editing for clients, so I'm just editing videos and I get the whole video out in maybe like 30 minutes, which would take someone else like 2-3 hours just because I'm in that flow state. But you can only achieve the flow state with specific prerequisites. So the flow state is achieved when a task is only 10% harder than what your skill set requires. So this is I got this from Blue Lock, which is a manga, which is kind of funny, but it's actually facts. When a task is only 10% harder than what your skill set demands, you boost yourself up to that level and overcome the task because it's not too unachievable. If a task is too unachievable and it's more than that 10%, then you'll get discouraged and not finish it, right? But if it is in that 10% range, then you will always overcome your doubt and insecurities and limitations and achieve the task if you put your mind to it. So the fourth thing that has skyrocketed my productivity is having a clear agenda for the day, for the week, for the month, for the year, for the decade, etc. You have to set yourself plans and have systems and processes in place that make it inevitable that you get the work done that you want to get. Every single day, I have an agenda on my phone from Monday to Friday, which tells me exactly what I'm going to do for every hour. So there's no room for error. This is a system I put in place to get done my weekly goals. So every week, I go and set my weekly goals. If I don't achieve my weekly goals, every Sunday, I would go back, check why did I not achieve it, how can I achieve it, and then I reiterate my system and processes to ensure I hit those weekly goals. So for example, last week, I was trying to do 100 DM outreaches for clients. I only got like 25. So then I asked myself, why am I not getting that? Is it that I'm not spending enough time? Is it that I'm not being productive enough? The issue was procrastination. I wasn't spending enough time and I was getting discouraged because my goal was 20 DMs a day. So 20 times 5, 100. So I get to 100 was my ideal. But some days I would not get 20 and I would get discouraged. And the next day I wouldn't even do it because I was like, fuck this shit, man. Like, it's not worth it. I'm not gonna fucking achieve it anyways. The moral of the story is have system and processes in place so you can't fail. Make it so hard to lose that it's easy to win. The last thing that I've implemented in my life that has boosted my productivity is background music. It sounds funny, but I listen to rap on like volume 1, so it's like super low in the background, but it just gets me going. It's what gets me having energy. Back in university days, I would always listen to lo-fi, which is also good. It got me in the zone, but doing like video editing, I feel it's a lot of like energy. So when I put that rap music on super low, I still get the vibrations and the sensations of it without it distracting me. So I kind of get in the mood. I'm like dancing, I'm saucing it up. I mean, I don't listen to music for everything. Mostly just when I do tasks that are kind of brainless and when I get in the flow state. I wouldn't say brainless, but it's more like repetitive. I put it on. When I'm doing more mentally demanding tasks, such as when I'm making plans or critical thinking, I don't listen to music at all. It's all silence because I need to be able to hear my thoughts. My quote I said before is make it so hard to lose that it's easy to win. I will go in a little bit more in depth on what this means. It means control your environment. You need to get rid of all the distractions in your environment. So then the only thing you're left to do is work and the things that will achieve your goal. The best example I can give to this is when you go shopping for groceries, instead of buying the jujubes and the candies and the chips, if you don't buy them, then they're not going to be in your home environment. So they're not going to be in your house. So when you go to grab a snack, you're going to have apples, fruits, vegetables, meat, protein, avocados. You're not going to have chips. So your only option is to win, to eat healthy. So you're making it so hard for yourself to lose that it's easy to win because you don't have the shit food in your house, in your cabinets. You literally can't get it unless you drive 20 minutes to the store, but you gotta be really dedicated. Sometimes you are, sometimes it happens, you get a big craving and you go. In conclusion, productivity is more about limiting distractions than enhancing focus. So it's not that you guys don't have focus, it's that you're too distracted by all the little things and they all add up during the day, which add up to a lot of lost hours. So my action step for everyone watching this video today is limit your distractions, whatever that may be, your phone, your girl, and set a clear agenda for the day. So every night before you go to bed, set what you're gonna do the next day. So you have a clear plan every single day that you're gonna attack and kill. Subscribe, bitches, level up, let's go.